Okay, so let's just jump right into it. What if I told you that the man who saved the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe is now coming back to tear it all down? We're about to decode one of the most unbelievable casting announcements ever, and it's a story that could change everything we thought we knew about the MCU's biggest hero.
I mean, we all remember the end of Avengers Endgame, right? Tony Stark, Iron Man, the guy who was the absolute bedrock of the whole universe, made the ultimate sacrifice. He snapped his fingers, saved everyone, and that was it. A final, heartbreaking, and, well, definitive goodbye.
And yet, here we are. Because against all odds, that exact same face, the one that literally launched a multi-billion-dollar franchise, is officially coming back. And for months, the internet has just been one giant question mark. How? How is this even possible?
Well, here's the crazy part. He isn't coming back as a hero, not even close. He's returning to play the MCU's next great threat. The man who was once the world's greatest protector is now set to become its potential conqueror.
So yeah, it's official. Robert Downey Jr. is confirmed to play Victor Von Doom in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday. Let that sink in. Not a variant of Tony Stark, not some alternate reality Iron Man, but Dr. Doom himself. The Dr. Doom. As you can imagine, this news sent absolute shockwaves through the fandom, and the debate is really just getting started.
The second this news dropped, the internet just exploded. Seriously, fans are split right down the middle, torn between feeling confused, a little betrayed, and coming up with some seriously wild theories about what on earth Marvel could be planning.
And this comment from a Reddit user pretty much nails the core argument for the "this is a terrible idea" camp. For a lot of people, seeing RDJ's face as anyone but Tony Stark, it just feels wrong, like a betrayal of the character's journey. It's a move that could create this massive, distracting confusion right at the heart of the whole saga.
Then you've got the people who are a lot more cynical about it. They see this as a huge red flag, a sign of pure desperation. You know, the MCU's been getting a lot of flack lately for so-called superhero fatigue, and from this point of view, bringing back their biggest star is just a gimmick. It's a Hail Mary to get people back into theaters, whether it makes any creative sense or not.
But then, you have this argument. This theory suggests that Marvel knew exactly what they were doing. They totally saw this backlash coming, and they're using it as the ultimate smokescreen. This isn't a desperate move. It's a brilliant, calculated one, meant to keep us all guessing.
So, of course, the fan theories are already flying, and people are working overtime trying to solve this puzzle. The big ones range from him secretly being a twisted, evil Tony Stark variant to him being a clone built to cause chaos. Or, and this is a big one, that the entire announcement is a giant misdirect to hide who the real Dr. Doom is.
Okay, so to really get what's going on here, we have to push past all the casting drama for a second and dive into the source material. We need to ask, who is Victor Von Doom, really? Because the answer is way more complicated than you might think.
So in the comics, Dr. Doom isn't just some guy in a mask, cackling in a lab. He is a genius scientist who is absolutely on the same level as Tony Stark. He's also a master of magic who could give Doctor Strange a run for his money. And on top of all that, he's the undisputed ruler of his own country, Latveria. This is a man of incredible intellect, pride, and complexity.
And you see, his story doesn't start with him wanting to take over the world. It starts with real tragedy and persecution. His father was a healer for their Romani community, and he was killed by a nobleman after being wrongly blamed for a death. That single, cruel act is the fire that forges Victor's entire view of the world.
And that tragedy, it lights a fire under him. It fuels this incredible journey from a persecuted kid to a brilliant revolutionary. He eventually goes back to his homeland, not as some conqueror, but as a liberator. He overthrows the tyrant who wronged his family, and he takes the throne of Latveria for himself.
And this right here, this is probably the biggest thing people get wrong about him. To the rest of the world, he's a supervillain. But in his home country of Latveria, he's a savior. His people don't greet him with fear. They greet him with genuine respect, because his absolute rule has brought them peace and prosperity.
I mean, it gets even crazier. There was a time when the Fantastic Four actually helped kick him out of power, and you know what his people did? They didn't celebrate. They rioted. They took to the streets with signs demanding his return. They actually preferred the harsh, stable order under Doom to the chaotic freedom that came after.
Okay, so you've got this super complex character, part villain, part revolutionary, part beloved king. So how in the world does this all connect back to Robert Downey Jr. and the future of the MCU? Well, it seems like Marvel has been laying the groundwork for a while now.
We're already starting to see the clues. Rumor has it that Doctor Doom is set to make his very first appearance in the mid-credits scene of the new Fantastic Four First Steps movie. That would directly set the stage for his bigger role in Avengers Doomsday. The pieces are definitely being moved into place.
And check this out. If you look at the confirmed cast list for Doomsday, it is packed with nearly as many X-Men as there are Avengers. This has led a ton of people to believe the movie is going to adopt the famous Avengers vs. X-Men comic storyline. And a huge conflict like that, it would need a villain powerful and smart enough to play both sides against each other. A villain just like Doctor Doom.
And here's where it gets truly wild. The connection between Doom and Iron Man, it runs way deeper than just casting. In a famous comic storyline called Infamous Iron Man, a reformed Victor Von Doom actually takes on the Iron Man mantle himself. He literally tries to become a hero in Tony Stark's image. The history between them is already there.
And you know what's hanging over all of this speculation? The money. The reported salary for Robert Downey Jr.'s return is a staggering $80 million. You just don't make that kind of high-risk, high-reward bet without an absolutely ironclad plan. This isn't just some random idea. It's a massive, defining move for the entire future of the franchise.
So that all brings us to the big question at the end of all this. Marvel is betting the farm on their biggest star to play their next great villain, a character with a tragic past who is beloved by his own people. It's a move that could either shatter the legacy of the MCU or completely redefine it, creating the most fascinating and complex bad guy we have ever seen on screen. What do you think is going to happen?